You know, we all dream of having those rubber plants with the big, beautiful, super glossy leaves. But let's be honest, getting that perfect magazine cover shine can feel like a total mystery. Well, today we're going to solve that mystery for good.
So what is it really? Is there some special spray you're supposed to buy? A secret trick nobody's telling you? Nope. The answer is actually way cooler, and it's all about what's going on inside the plant itself.
So yeah, we're on this quest for the perfect shine. But here's the thing, what we're really looking for isn't just about making the leaves look pretty. That incredible glossy finish on a healthy rubber plant leaf, that's actually an outward sign of something much, much more important happening on the inside.
And this quote right here, this is the absolute key. A naturally shiny leaf is basically a health report card for your plant. It's a signal that says, I'm strong, I'm healthy, and I'm running at peak performance. See, it's not about what you put on the leaf, it's about what the leaf is telling you.
So if that shine comes from within, what's stopping it? Well, it turns out there's a hidden enemy that settles on our plant's leaves. And while it might seem totally harmless at first glance, it's secretly doing some pretty serious damage.
Yeah, I'm talking about good old-fashioned household dust. I know, it looks so innocent, right? But for your rubber plant, that thin layer of grime is a silent saboteur, and it's actively choking the life and vitality right out of your plant.
And the impact is just staggering. Get this, sources show that a layer of dust can slash a plant's ability to photosynthesize, to make its own food from light, by 20 to 30%. That is a massive, massive energy crisis for your plant.
So how does a little bit of dust cause so much trouble? Well, it's basically a four-pronged attack. First, like we just said, it's like putting sunglasses on your plant. It blocks light and cuts down photosynthesis. Second, it clogs the tiny pores on the leaves called stomata, which is kind of like plugging up the plant's nose and mouth. Third, it can make the leaves overheat. And finally, that dusty layer is the perfect cozy home for nasty fungal and bacterial diseases to move in.
So of course, people look for a quick fix. And you've probably seen them all over the internet, these hacks that promise an instant, brilliant shine. But we really need to bust some myths here, because a lot of these popular tips are actually doing way more harm than good.
Let's start with a really common one, using oil to get a quick shine. I mean, it makes sense on the surface, right? Oil is shiny. But trust me, smearing it on a living, breathing leaf is a huge mistake.
So yeah, the claim is you get a fast, glossy finish, but the reality? You're literally suffocating the leaf. That oily film completely seals off all the pores, stopping the plant from breathing. It's like wrapping the leaf in plastic. Even worse, if that plant gets any direct sun, the oil acts like a magnifying glass and can actually give the leaf a severe sunburn.
Okay, how about something that sounds a bit more natural? I'm talking about milk. Using milk as a leaf polish is this surprisingly common tip that's been passed down for generations. But is it actually a good idea?
Well, people think it's this gentle, traditional polish. But here's what's really going on. The water in the milk evaporates, and it leaves behind a sticky, gross residue of proteins and fats. Not only does this gunk clog the leaf's pores, it basically becomes a buffet for bacteria and fungus. It can get smelly, and it can make your plant sick.
And the last one, the banana peel hack. You've probably seen this one. The idea is you rub the inside of a peel on the leaves for a little shine and maybe some potassium. It sounds so eco-friendly and smart, doesn't it? But it's a terrible, terrible idea.
Again, it all comes down to what gets left behind. That sticky, sugary residue from the banana peel is basically a giant dinner bell for pests. You're essentially sending out an open invitation to every aphid, fungus gnat, and creepy crawly in the neighborhood. Plus, it's a perfect spot for sooty mold to start growing. No thank you.
Okay, so now that we know what not to do, let's finally talk about the real secret to that brilliant shine. And I'll tell you right now, it's not a product, it's not a hack. It's all about getting back to basics and understanding what a plant truly needs to thrive.
And here it is. This is the whole secret. True, lasting, brilliant shine comes from the inside out. A shiny leaf is just what a healthy, happy, well-cared-for plant looks like. So before you even think about wiping a single leaf, you have to get the fundamentals right.
So what does that foundation look like? It's simple, but you can't skip it. Your ficus needs tons of bright, indirect light. It wants a really good deep watering, but only after the soil has had a chance to dry out. It's got to have a light, airy soil mix so its roots can breathe, and it likes to be cozy, in stable, warm temperatures away from any chilly drafts. Nail these 4 things, and I promise you are 90% of the way there.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. This is the simple, super effective weekly ritual that will get rid of that harmful dust and let your plant's own natural brilliance just shine right through.
The official fancy term for this is manual precision wiping. I know it sounds super technical, but it's the easiest thing in the world. This is the gold standard because it's totally safe, it works, and it respects the plant's biology. And all you need is a soft cloth and a little bit of clean, lukewarm water. That's it.
Here's exactly how you do it. First, just dampen a soft cloth. Microfiber is perfect. Second, and this is super important, gently support the leaf from underneath with your other hand so you don't accidentally tear it. Third, gently wipe the top of the leaf from the stem to the tip. Fourth, and we're going to talk more about this, do the same thing for the underside. And finally, you can give it a quick light pat with a dry cloth to prevent any water spots.
Okay, if you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, please let it be this. The most critical, most important part of the leaf to clean is the part you can't even really see, the underside. Why? Because that's where most of the stomata are, the little pores the plant uses to breathe. Cleaning the top makes it look nice, cleaning the bottom keeps it alive.
So, the takeaway here is just beautiful and simple. A shiny leaf isn't a polished leaf. It's a healthy leaf. It's a clean leaf that can properly breathe in all the carbon dioxide it needs and soak up all the sunlight to feed itself. That shine isn't something you add. It's the reward for great health.
And really, that brilliant shine is a form of communication. It's your plant telling you, hey, I'm doing great, thanks. So the real question is, now that you know how to read this one signal, what other quiet messages are your plants sending you every single day?